guys, Valeros here from the ARK Trade Federation. Today I will be showing you how to trap and tame a Giga. We are in the Highlands on the Ragnarok map. There's the Giga we will be taming. We're going to build our trap away from him, just in case he decides to wander up in our direction. We don't want him playing with us while we're trying to build our trap. So, Giga's down there. We're building our trap up here. We're going to be building the trap out of metal dinosaur gateways. And we're going to need 3 gateways to build the initial trap, and then we're going to put a 4th door in behind the Giga once we get it trapped. You're also going to need a large bear trap. I recommend bringing several of them, just in case, mistakes happen. Go ahead and place. So once you place the first gate down, you're going to place the next one at a 45-degree angle, and then one on the left at a 90-degree angle. If you were bringing your Giga in from a different direction, you can obviously reverse these two. Put that one into 90. And snap point, put that one into 45. Either way, doesn't matter. You're going to be taking your Pteranodon when you have that Giga following you, and you're going to be flying it over that center dino gateway right there. Once you hear that bear trap go off, or unplaced down, once you hear that bear trap go off when you get your Giga in here, you're going to take a wide turn around the trap. Hop on my Pteranodon and show you. So we're going to fly over the gate. Make sure that Giga is lined up with the trap. You're going to hear that bear trap. Take a wide turn around your trap. You want to make sure you stay far enough away that that Giga doesn't bite you. Land behind your trap. Place your metal dino gateway. And when you place this, you want to make sure there's not that much room here. Because if you leave too much room, that Giga is going to be able to get out. Once you place that gateway though, you're going to fly away on your Pteranodon, get far enough away, and you'll be able to shoot it and knock it out. Let's say you left your dino gate like this. That Giga is going to be able to get through here, it'll come in out of the trap, and it'll munch your face off. Nobody wants that. Go ahead and pick this gateway up. When you place your bear trap, you want to place your bear trap on the middle gateway, and you want to place it about right there. The lip of the bear trap is almost through the gateway. Before you start kiting the Giga up here, make sure that your bear trap is open. Otherwise, that Giga will come up here, and if he does come in your bear trap, or your Giga trap here, and your bear trap isn't open, then the Giga has a chance of running out and coming after you again. You'll have to kite the Giga back around. Make sure you have enough stamina for this. If you miss it the first attempt, keep an eye on your stamina, because nothing's worse than standing out in the middle of taming this, trying to tame one of these, and happen to lose your tame because you can't fly away because you have no stamina. So keep an eye on that. Other things we're going to need before we start tightening that Giga over here, after we get our trap built, you're going to need exceptional or extraordinary kibble. You can use raw meat, prime meat, or raw mutton. Any of those will work. Extraordinary and exceptional kibble are the fastest. You cannot use superior or any inferior kibble to exceptional. It has to at least be exceptional kibble if you're going to use kibble. You're going to need narcotics. You're going to need a lot of them depending on the level. This one's only level 5, so 100 narcotics should do the trick. I brought net projectiles just to show you guys that those don't work. Giga's too big for those. And then we have some shocking tranquilizer darts for our long neck. You can use a crossbow with Trank arrows, I'm using the long neck here. High damage long neck, as you can see it has 290% damage on it. Using a high damage long neck here just for the purpose of this video. That way you don't have to sit here for 20 minutes watching me knock Giga out with a primitive crossbow and trank arrows. As far as dinos go to kite this guy with, I recommend using a pteranodon. It's easy, it's fast. When you're doing this, make sure your pteranodon has enough weight that is going to weigh down. You don't want it going any slower. I would not use an RG, they're pretty slow. Tapajars are kind of fast. A wyvern would work. It's a little harder to maneuver a wyvern than it is a pteranodon, but a wyvern would work. Mana Garmer would work. Just be careful when you're using the jumps on the Mana Garmer because you can get out of range of the Giga and de-aggro it. Just keep that in mind. And a Griffin. You can also use a Griffin. A bonus with the Griffin is you can sit on the back of the dino. You don't have to get too close to it. Like I'm going to have to get close to with this Pteranodon. If you're set on the back of a Griffin, you can just shoot it and then fly away. Snow Owl would probably also work, but it'd be a little slower. Pteranodons are everywhere. I recommend using a Pteranodon. Just trank a high level one, tame it. If it dies, they're pretty easy to replace. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let's try to aggro this Giga to us without getting our face chomped off. If you're going to use a flying dino that has a saddle or that can wear a saddle, make sure you do your best to get a high level saddle. Otherwise, your dino's going to be taking a lot more damage. Like you just seen there, I flew out of range of the Giga. So we gotta go back and re-aggro it. There it is. Make sure you stay away. These guys have a large bite radius. Line them up with that center gate. As you see right there, put that bear trap too far forward. So what you're going to want to do, and that happens to you, is try to get that Giga away from your trap so you can get in there and pick up that bear trap. We're going to land here and get some stamina real quick. Looks like that Giga is going to come back to play with us, which is good. That's what we want him to do. Fly up here. Looks like he's de-aggroed off of us. Fly away just to make sure. Ideally, you'd want to get him a little further away from your trap than that before you go back down there. Alright, we're stamped back up again. Let's go back down here. Glorious thing about these large bear traps. Pick that sucker back up. Place it down. Place it a little further back. You don't want to go too far back. If you put it too far back, then you won't be able to get that dino gate. And on this side, the Giga will be too far back and it'll leave it too much room to be able to get out. So we'll put that bear trap right there and wait for it to open up. That should be good. Let's go try and get our Giga again. There we go. He notices us. Coming to place it. Here he goes. Hear that bear trap go off. Come in behind it. Right there. Careful when you're doing that, because that bear trap doesn't last. Those large bear traps don't last very long. They break out of them real quick. So make sure you have enough time to do that. If you don't have enough time to place it and that Giga gets free, fly away real fast and just reset your trap. Don't worry about dying. Don't risk it for the biscuit. Don't die. You always come back and place another trap down. So once you have this guy trapped, start shooting it. Oh, missed. Start shooting it. Knock it out. Make sure it can't get out of that trap though before you get off your mount. Nothing's worse than getting off and thinking you're safe and then finding out you're not safe. Bad news. Careful when you're shooting these guys. When they start running away, you want to leave a couple seconds in between each shot. That way you don't hit it again and it goes down right after you shot, and your next shot will lower its effectiveness. You don't want that to happen. Unless that's what you're going for. You're trying to tame a low level Giga so you can breed stats off of a higher level one. And you might be looking to do something like that. But we got her knocked out. Got him knocked out. We'll go ahead and put 5 kibble on there, see how many we'll need. Put a stack of narcotics in there. I'll go ahead and feed him some narcotics. Alright. Now, they updated ARK recently. It's been a few months ago actually, but they added this nice little feature. You can go up here to Taming list. You can track your tames. Highly recommend doing this, that way you don't have to keep on top of your Giga, you don't have to stand on it. Keep an eye on its inventory. I have to keep an eye on that torpidity right there. You can scroll over that little icon there in the middle, and it'll show you how much food it has left, how much health it has left, its taming rate, or the percent tamed, how much torpidity it has left, and its taming effectiveness. It's great, great tip. I love this. Great addition to the game. You want to stay close to your Giga. I don't like, when I'm taking Gigas, I don't like their torpidity to fall too low. It makes it a pain in the butt. You know, when it gets down here to a couple thousand left, then you're like sitting here trying to baby it, worrying if you're going to mess it up. Try to keep it as high as you can. That way, if you don't let it go for too long, you'll be alright for a little bit. We are on a single player Ragnarok world. I chose to do this on single player because official servers have pillar spam everywhere. Don't want you building next to their bases. They're protecting resources. They're protecting spawn areas. I know, like on Valgaro, gigahertz are used for the alpha Forsaken Oasis boss fight arena to get in there. So people protect these areas, so if you're going to build one of these traps, make sure you pick up your resources unless you're going to trap another Giga right after. Make sure you pick this stuff up. That way it doesn't affect the spawns for someone else. Be careful of other wild dinos around the dino you're trying to tame. If they attack near your the dino you're trying to tame, they take a chance on hitting it and lowering your taming effectiveness. You do not want that to happen, because they can lower it and kill it. So keep that in mind. And make sure that you also don't hit it yourself. If you do happen to lower your taming effectiveness too far, you can let the dino wake up and try knocking it out again to see if you can get a higher taming effectiveness. One thing you need to know about Gigas as well, their stats change once they're tamed. Wild Gigas are stronger than tamed Gigas. So his health's set at 80,000 right now, his melee's at 110. His health will probably go down to about 17,000, and his melee will probably go down to about 40%. So just keep that in mind. If you're taming a level Giga. 150 is max on official. You're taming max Giga. You get max effectiveness on it. That Giga is going to be pretty much, or it's going to be able to kill pretty much anything on any map. Except for maybe the corrupted T-Rexes on Extinction, and the Titans, depending on your saddles, on Island and Ragnarok. Probably have a tough time killing those. But I think we have Gigas on our official server that have 1145 melee, and that's hatched, so we can pretty much kill anything with them. Take them over to Extinction and do orbital supply drops with them. Super easy to do purple drops up to wave, 14, how far you want to go. Super easy. Just make sure you have a decent saddle on them. Should be taming up any time. See if I can scroll over that and see how much food it has left. It should eat when it has about, it's about 80 away from its cap, so we still have a little bit. Get off and feed it some more narcotics, just to be on the safe side. I'd rather feed it too much than not enough, and your Giga wake up and you have to start this all over again. At least it would still be in the trap, but you'd lose the kibble, the narcotics you already put in it, and the trouble of having to knock it back out again. I know for some new players, the resources to make trank darts or even shock trank darts is quite expensive for a newer player, so trying to be as resource efficient as possible. Just narcotics super cheap to make. Even if you don't have narcotics, use narco berries. It's going to take a lot more narco berries, but they'll work. Come on, old chap. Where's he at? He's got a little bit left. Got 39, 32 right there. He should eat when he hits 39, 20, or 39. Keep an eye on it. We'll see what it is. You see that taming effectiveness is at 100%. If you were feeding it raw meat, your taming effectiveness would fall down faster. Every time the dino eats when you're taming it, lowers its taming effectiveness. So with using kibble, it only has to eat a few times. So you're able to keep that taming effectiveness up. And since it got 69% from one kibble, I'll go ahead and take the kibble out of there. There we go. All tamed up. We got ourselves a Giga. As you can tell, its health. Oh, melee was down even lower than I thought it was going to be. Melee's at 30%. Health is 100 or 17,040. Obviously, with a higher level dino, the more points it's going to have spread across all its stats. But that is how to tame a Giga on ARK. Oh, whistle it not to follow me anymore. Like I said, this does work on official servers. Just when you're doing this on official, keep in mind that your trap might interfere with other people being, or spawns of the Gigas again. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you get rid of your traps when you're done taming your dinos. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good one.